Here we have DBD's Barkin the Tack, also known as Storm Runner, versus Lesep. I don't know who that is. I think this was a quick battle. So if you're out there, Lesep, shout out to you. We do have Astrogoth. Not Astrogoth. Drazov? Is that his name? Why can't I remember this guy's name? I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. I don't give a shit about anything anymore. There it is. Drazov the Ashen. With Ash Storm, Dark Subjugation. Okay, cool. Infernal Ironsworn, other Infernal Ironsworn. We do have 2 Infernal Guard with Iron Glaives, Fire Glaives. And a bunch of Orc Laborers and Goblin Laborers. And 2 Kadai Fireborn. Because reasons? I don't know. This unit's not good. It's not good. In fact, it is very bad. But we'll see if they can have some fun here. On the side of Tzeentch, we do have triple Marauder Horsemen of Tzeentch, a Screamer, a Soul Grinder, 2 Chaos Spawn, 3 Blue Horrors, a front line of 3 Marauders, and an Exalted Lord of Change of Tzeentch with pink and blue fire. Unfortunately, you probably want to go with the Metal Caster of Tzeentch in the future, because most of the Chaos Dwarf roster is going to have fire resist. The Laborers won't. So your pink fire on the Laborer front line will be fine. But unfortunately, the blue fires aren't going to do that much damage to this roster. So Chaos Dwarves are advancing. The Fire Glaives are falling a little bit far behind, but it doesn't seem like the Skirmishers seem to notice or care, and even then diving onto an 100 armor, 42 melee defense unit is not going to go very well for you. Fire Glaives are going to open up on these Skirmishers, push them right back. Their shields eat most of the damage, but they still get a little bit to last on there. The Chaos Dwarves continue their advance. Soul Grinder is throwing up at Drazov, getting decent shots onto him, but he has missile and fire resist up there, 25 and 35, so he has 60% resist against... Nope, no fire damage, nice. Just magic. Okay, cool. So then he only has the 25%. Missile resist, but with almost 9,000 health total up on his Bale Taurus. That Soul Grinder's gonna put in some work to kill him off. Infernal Guard are falling a little bit behind. They need to catch up. And there's been blue fire spam that has gone completely unnoticed by the Chaos Dwarves. Now the Kadai are taking a bit of damage from it, I guess, but that was like 3 or 4 blue fires for 500 damage value. Orc Laborers are closing in. Blue Horrors moving up to push them off. We are getting our first summon onto the Exalted Lord of Change. Don't know what they're going to throw it at. Probably at the Infernal Ironsworn. Honestly, these Infernal Ironsworn are... God, they're Infernal Guard, and these are Infernal Ironsworn. But these would be guys that would guard things. Anyway. You should probably just send those Furies and your Lord over on these Infernal Guard with Fire Glaives and try and just take them out. Maybe your Screamers and Skirmish Cap too, or something. Just push them back. Kadai Fireborn do get caught summoning, fighting the summoned Furies. Orc and Goblin Laborers run up to the front line and immediately get roasty toasted. And these Fire Glaives are turning yet again onto the Skirmish Cav. Let's see if the Skirmish Cav realize what sort of danger they're in as they start to take a pounding. Meanwhile, elsewhere, speaking of a pounding, the Laborer front line of all varieties are just getting cooked. Infernal Ironsworn trying to throw their grenades in, but they're just not getting enough DPS back for how much they're taking, even with their fire resist and their shields and their physical resist or whatever the hell. Because their unit card kept switching. Yeah, just their fire resist. The Blue Horrors are still getting decent damage down. They're already down to half HP. Kadai is just under half, getting close to death, and these Infernal Guard struggling so hard to get that name right. I've almost killed 2 of the Skirmish Cav outright. The Chaos Dwarves do have to worry about as their front line is crumbling rather swiftly, and these Infernal Guard are not that good of melee combatants. They're passable at best. They really want to just be functioning as ranged units. Drazov is still taking damage from that Soul Grinder who has been kiting him this whole time, just poking in and in and in. Doing really good damage to him over time. The Kadai taking a lot of damage. These Kadai barely hanging on, are coming back in. The Infernal Ironsworn are now starting to hold. With only basic Tzeentch Marauders to really fight them in melee, they're chilling. They're big chilling. These Chaos Spawn need to probably get back involved. Marauder Horsemen do end up slamming into the Infernal Guard on the back. These other Guard, we're trying to shoot the Chaos Spawn. They fell a little bit out of range. Now these guys are reforming. They're going to go shoot at some Skirmish Cav. They don't even bother to help their other Infernal Guard friends. They don't give a shit. Blue Fire tickles them, does like 0 damage against those lads. Fire resistant armor are a hell of a drug. Yee. This could get bad, as these Infernal Ironsworn... Infernal Guard... Why am I doing that so much? Infernal Guard turn around. And there's an Ash Storm making him even weaker to fire than he already is. They're shooting in on him. His physical resistance is not helping him as much as he would like. It is working versus the fire damage, don't get me wrong, but it's not helping as much as he would like. So he is pushed off. Fury Summon will finish up where he began, however. Infernal, Ironsworn, this time I got it right, are actually still holding. They're now using their blasting charges onto the blue horrors with no ammunition. That's going fine. Dark Subjugation onto the Lord of Change of Tzeentch. Oh, and he's still in range of those Infernal Guard. I didn't notice that. He's getting entirely wrecked by those guys. God damn. On the ground, things are turning against Tzeentch a little bit. The Soul Grinder is still shooting at Drazov, which is fine. But these Infernal Ironsworn are beating the entire Tzeentch front line. They don't give a single shit. And those Infernal Guard in the back are keeping the Exalted Lord of Change honest. They pretty much took him from full HP, full shields to 1/4 HP all by themselves. Drazov didn't really do that much there. Another blue fire onto the Infernal Guard. I bet it does -2 damage. Never mind, it was actually onto Drazov, who happened to be above them at the time, so the icon appeared beneath them. My bad. 2 more shots in the Soul Grinder. It's been firing at Drazov this whole game, and it won't even finish him off before it is done. Kadai Fireborn pushing forward into the Soul Grinder. The other Kadai Fireborn look like they have died outright. What is that? Dark Subjugation onto the Blue Horrors of Tzeentch. Turn over the leadership and melee defense, make it easier to kill them. Well, okay. Fireglaves are still in the back. Fireglaves are still going strong. Soul Grinder does get away. He is back to shooting at Drazov as the Exalted Lord of Change will try and finish off the Kadai. It looks like the Kadai are going to hang on for now. What does Tzeentch have that makes this balance of power think it's so decent? I'm very frightened at this point. If you have a healthy Infernal Guard and another one, I mean, you're fine. You're chilling. And a healthy Infernal Ironsworn. Yeah, I don't know. Soul Grinder dives right in. It's going to start fighting these Infernal Ironsworn who are almost dead, but the Fireglaves are just mulching the Chaos Spawn support at the moment. Then they'll probably turn on to the Soul Grinder, or is it going to be on the Exalted Lord of Change? It is the Soul Grinder. Firing over onto that guy. Meanwhile, Drazov holds off the Marauders with a little bit of help from Goblin Neighbors. He just rallied. Little laser tag bolts of doom hitting this poor Soul Grinder, who now is under the influence of an Ash Storm, making him even weaker to fire damage yet again. Marauders of Tzeentch on horseback try and stop the onslaught of the Fireglaves from killing the poor Soul Grinder, but it's just not going to be enough. It's just not. Balance power is significantly against Tzeentch at this point. And Drazov, despite all of the attempts to snipe him out, he was chilling. He got more and more damage resistance as he got lower. No, it's a different character. That's Zatan. Yeah, so it's fire resistant and missile resist, just saving him from a lot of stuff. Damn. Rest in peace, Tzeentch. You tried your best. For Drazov, 500 value. Okay, alright, very cool. Kadai Fireborn, not a lot of value. Alright, okay, cool. Infernal Ironsworn did fine. Infernal Guard with the Fireglaves, 2,100 and 3,800 value. That is definitely where all of the damage value came from. Goblin and Orc Laborers just got mulched. For this Sep, is Caster did okay. I didn't love the spell choice, unfortunately, versus your foe. It's just the fire resist mitigated way too much of what you were doing. Soul Grinder did fine. Spawn did okay. Our Horsemen did okay. Blue Horrors did okay. Marauders did okay. Yada yada. And it was just Soul Grinder versus the Infernal Guard. GG. Rawr. Subscribe, yes, yes.